Today I'll be giving you 5 quick tips for getting cinematic footage with the DJI Mini 2. These tips will work with any drone, but I have the DJI Mini 2, so they're going to be specific to that drone. So I'm going to be telling you the 5 tips in 2 minutes, so here we go. It's 2 minutes on the clock, down here. Here we go. Right, tip number 1. The first 3 tips are going to be for while you're flying the drone, and the last 2 are going to be for editing the drone footage. Number 1, show scale. Drones are great because you can get awesome perspectives you can't get with any other camera. If you're flying and you're not really thinking about what you're doing, you're probably not going to get the best footage. So the rule I usually go by is close, medium, wide. Get shots that are close up, get shots that are wide, and get shots that are medium. If you mix them all together, it really shows the scale of the close-ups, and then the wide shots. The contrast between the close and the wide shots shows scale really nicely, and it just makes the shots look great. Tip number 2, subject. When shooting, if you have no subject, your eye doesn't really know what to look at. You've not got anything to focus on, and that's what a lot of people do when they're filming, and it's fun to do, but it's not going to get you the most cinematic footage, and that's what this video is about. So if you introduce a subject like a car or a person or a bike or literally anything, it really gives you something to focus on. It will make your footage look more cinematic, and you can show a landscape in the background of your footage, but the fact that there's a subject there shows scale, linking to the last one, shows the scale against the background. Final tip of while you're flying is time of day. The best time of day is to film during sunrise or sunset. This is when the light is best, the shadows are longest, there's a real contrast in the light. If you're shooting at middays, everything's just bright and it doesn't look great. For example, that's why me and my brother Isaac a couple of weeks ago went up a mountain at 3 o'clock in the morning to get there for sunrise. It would have still looked good at like midday, but it looked so much better because the sun was just reaching the horizon. Now the last 2 tips are for post. The first one is crop and resize. Most drones these days film in 4K. You can get away with cropping in quite far. So my tip is crop in on the subject. It really adds focus to your video. One thing I like to do with cropping is the vertigo zoom, or the stretch, or the parallax. I've heard them called a lot of different things, and it's one of my favourite things to do. It's where you add a keyframe at the start of your video and end video, and you zoom in or zoom out depending on the direction of the footage, if it's moving forwards or backwards, and it creates this really cool stretch effect. You just add a keyframe at the start, add a keyframe at the end, and depending on the direction you're zooming in, if you're going forwards, you zoom out. If you're going backwards, you zoom in. And here it is with it, here it is without it. It creates a really cool effect. And finally, the color grade. I would definitely suggest putting LUTs on your footage. Without it, it just always looks a bit flat. So yeah, those are my 5 tips. I don't know if I did it in 2 minutes. I'm guessing probably not. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the 5 tips. I hope they will help you out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time for a vlog. Bye. Are you ready to rumble?